So carburetors and distributors are all kind of a lost art. One of the major things that the ignition has is this condenser, and basically any condenser can be used. If you're of course trying to shave off, microseconds off something, you might want to consider something else. But this happens to be the barcode for the condenser. Actually, darn it, I forget now which one is the condenser. Oh, here we go. This is the condenser. Yeah, this is the condenser here. And then this is your point, what they call the point. And so this thing here, what it does is, if I can get it to you. What it does is open and closes there. And when it closes, there it is. When it closes, it makes contact with ground. And so what it does is it shoots that electricity from this wire here, which is a positive feed, to this copper point down here and creates a spark. And it makes a contact, so basically it's completing the loop. But it completes the loop to put electricity into the coil. Once that electricity goes through that coil, literally 1,000 coils of copper, it amplifies the voltage and it shoots it out to your rotor. The rotor is that little part that spins inside the distributor cap. And once that electricity goes to that rotor, it shoots it to every spark plug. Then you have to know your firing order, because that rotor generally spins, I think it's counterclockwise, and the engine doesn't fire 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll fire like 1, 3, 4, 2. I forget what the firing order is. These engines have a million things you can go and look at as far as the engine is concerned, and you'll tell exactly what the firing order is. But the point is that if your points are dirty, sometimes they'll oxidize. So that little silver point just underneath the wires I'm moving will get dirty or oxidized, rust. And then that point down there, that little copper donut looking thing, will run out too. Every time it touches, it's arcing. And it's creating carbon and it's melting the metal. So, 2,000 RPM per minute, 1,000, 700 RPM per minute. It works 700 times every single time I open the door, 700 times. So what I'll do is I'll get this navigator and I'll put it between those 2 points and clean it out. Put this right there between the gaps, right there. Open it up and clean that silver part and clean the copper part. And so everything obviously is working, except for whatever reason I wasn't getting good spark on those. And so I changed these out to like 10, maybe 20 bucks. You can probably get them for $5 on Amazon. And it's just worth changing that out. This condenser, my understanding is what it does, it actually connects to this wire here, and this wire here connects to the negative on that coil. And the coil, or the capacitor, connects to the positive cable. In this case, the positive cable is connected to my on and off switch. So you'll hear it turn off. You hear it turn off? I can just turn it back on. So I'm just trying to get it to operating temperature. I did end up putting this jump box on it. In part because that battery was a little low. Now really what I want to do is I want to test to see if my alternator is charging. A couple of tools that I use to do all this, because I haven't started this thing in like a year. I have my voltmeter. This is great because I don't have to distinguish between 110 or 12 volts, 48 volts, or 6 volts, 220 volts. This one automatically just tells me what voltage it is. You really can't go get it wrong. It's a positive, negative, and that's it. And you can put them backwards or forwards. It doesn't matter. If it's backwards, you'll just have a little negative sign, so you'll know that your red wire is technically on the ground and your black wire is technically on the positive. And I did have this device here, which is pretty handy. And what it does, you put this between the distributor and the spark plug, and you'll have a little light that turns on. Every time it fires, it'll just turn the light on. And so it's nice, it's helpful. If you don't have a second person to help you, it's nice to have that. And generally what I'll do is I'll get this, this is the part that in theory connects to the spark plug. Irrelevant to this, but this part connects to the spark plug. I'll shove a screwdriver in there, make sure it touches the metal. There's a little piece of metal in there. It'll shock you, but it's just a little zap. I don't think
it does anything to me, but of course be careful. You can read up on yourself to see if it's worth doing this. But I'll get the spark plug wire, plug it in like that, and get it really close to something with the metal. Really close. So if this was on the engine, I would get this super close. See that gap between the screwdriver and this piece of metal? In theory, that's 0.035 thousandths of an inch. So you should have spark jump to them. If you don't have spark, there's something going on with the condenser, which is this part here. Like I said, it's pretty generic. You can use this on any vehicle, Ford, tractor. That's diesel, but that's gas. I could put this point. Most likely, it may or may not fit on the distributor, but the condenser definitely doesn't matter. It'll still work. This is the point itself. Nice, it's got a little humidifier in it. That's it. I don't think this is grease. I think it's a humidifier. I really don't know. It might be electrical grease. I really don't know what this is. So if you know, please let me know. Doing well. Got a little bit of smoke, so I don't know if that's from the fuel or if it's sucking up gas or oil. This engine probably has 300 miles on it at absolute most. Realistically, it probably has 100 miles, 50 miles on it. But it runs great. It runs fantastic. The transmission shifts smooth. It drives great. The only issue that it does have, significant issue, is the darn brakes. It's sat for so long that the you can't see them from here, but the brake cylinders are not expanding and contracting, and part of it is because they got air in them. So I just been lazy to take them apart and pull them out, and maybe it's like $80 in parts for all 4 of them, which all I'm having to do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing apart and paint it all up, make it look good, and post it for sale, minus the horse. I'm just happy it's up and running. That's it. I'll get all the lights to work too, put a switch on it, and that'll be good. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.